Once we've done that, our step 5 is that we need to make a decision. So we've just found that the p-value is 0.82. I've just rounded it from 0.815019. So this is greater than the level of significance we chose. 0.82 is considerably greater than 0.05, which was the level of significance. So this gives us our decision. We do not reject the null hypothesis. Okay, and here's one of the really, truly bizarre things about this, is that there are a whole lot of things you are and aren't allowed to say regarding null hypotheses. Okay, we do not say we accept the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis does not mean to be accepted. It belongs, it's the status quo. We either reject it or we don't reject it. Those are the only two things we can do. We either reject the null hypothesis or we do not reject the null hypothesis. In this case, we don't, because we do not have evidence that the mean number of texts sent yesterday by male students was different from the mean number of texts sent yesterday by female students. Because the difference between the two of them was only about 1 on average, which is very, very small. So you wouldn't even need to do the analysis. You could just look at that and go, well, that's just not evidence because of the amount of spread. If it had been like 1 different, but the variance was very, very small, it might have been significant, but it isn't. So we don't ever say we accept the null hypothesis. We never say we have proved that the null hypothesis is false, because you don't prove anything in statistics. The statisticians are incredibly conservative. If there is a namby-pamby, wishy-washy way to say something, that is what statisticians will do. So if you hear somebody come out and say, we have proved beyond doubt that this is the case, there's a fairly good chance they're not a statistician, because they don't do that. Okay, so we can't say, and we don't reject the alternative hypothesis. Okay, so what's wrong with that is that we can't accept the null hypothesis, we don't prove things, and we can't reject the alternative hypothesis. So that's what's wrong with those things. And there are questions that will get you to check whether you have to choose the right thing to say.